I'm on the run. I mean, you guys figured it out yesterday. I made a video about FIFA ignoring a report based off of its humanitarian impact at the Qatar World Cup, and I was already on the run. That was in anticipation of the danger that would be following me. And I figured it was a good idea to continue to be on the run because I was now going to make another video about South America. But I promise you, this one was not about South American fans or South American fandom. I mean, it is kind of a little bit because South American football just had its biggest moment of the entire year. And I would like to thank you guys, for reminding me that it happened. Okay, I got multiple messages that said, hey, tune into the Libertadores final today. Right? And I appreciate that. I'm trying to learn and expand my understanding of the breadth of the game. Right? I'm an American, for crying out loud. That's how I've gotten into this position so far, is by being willing and eager to go out, watch new things, learn new things, visit the Faroe Islands, visit Gibraltar, whatever else we're doing in the Hidden Ground series. All that fun stuff. And you guys let me know Copa Libertadores final was going on. Now, I was on the run, so I wasn't going to be able to watch the entire thing. But what I did do this morning is sit down and use the internet I've managed to acquire in my cave that I'm hiding out in, and watch the extended highlights. And let me tell you, the Club World Cup is a terrible idea. The idea of South American clubs getting the opportunity to play against better European clubs is a good idea, because the Copa Libertadores final is high quality. I mean, the plays that happen in it are such high quality, and this one was great. It continued a trend between two teams that, they're not the normal two teams that are in it, but the trend holds strong, and that's that Brazilian teams are dominating Libertadores right now. I don't know what exactly is contributing to that. I'm sure there's people out there that are more educated on this topic than me that could offer some sort of explanation. But the last winner that was not Brazilian was River Plate in 2018, which means there's now been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutive Brazilian winners. Flamengo twice, Palmeiras twice, Fluminense, who are about to get relegated this year, by the way. This is just another sign of how freaking awesome South American football is, right? You had Marcelo, the Brazilian left back who was on Fluminense's childhood club. They win Copa Libertadores. Then he gets released the next year because he gets in an argument with the manager. We made a video about that here, which that whole sentence, on its own is quite entertaining. And then Botafogo, they ended up winning this match. That's 6 straight. In that time, there has only been, I believe, 1 non-Brazilian finalist. 2, sorry. River Plate made it in 2019 trying to defend their title. Boca Juniors made it last year in the loss to Fluminense. But it's been all Brazil. The Brazilian League's the best in South America. It's not even close. I keep hearing all this stuff about the Argentine League getting worse and getting worse. And so we're treated to Botafogo and Atletico Mineiro. Which one, this was confusing. In the stands, it was confusing because these two teams, this isn't some sort of black and white logo contest here. They end up with the exact same colors. It's black and white versus black and white in various combinations. Literally, one club's wearing white with black stripes, the other club's just wearing all white. That's the biggest non-kit clash they can come up with, but it's essentially a kit clash in the stands. I can't tell you who's rooting for who. Now, Botafogo is top of the league, so they come into this, as a favorite. Atletico Mineiro's all the way down in 11th, which, compared to other leagues like La Liga, Premier League, this isn't as big of a gap in quality. Atletico Mineiro still has Hulk, Eduardo Vargas, the longtime Chilean star striker, names that I recognize. In fact, the funny Twitter account Johnny Sharples tweeted out a fun game they were playing while watching the Libertadores final, which was, is it that one or not? Hulk, that one. Alex Telles, that one. Danilo, not that one. Bernard, that one. Paulinho, not that one. Somebody added on Eduardo Vargas and said that one. Mariano, not that one. A fun game to play in the Brazilian League, or really any South American championship type match, because so many of these guys that are recognizable either from World Cup, Copa America, or, long-time participants in major European leagues end up in these types of matches. And it matters a lot. Hulk, obviously, the hero of the Brazilian national team that's never played in a top 5 league, by the way. That's fun. But Alex Telles scored a goal in this match, and it was really kind of telling how intense and how important these matches become for these guys that even are able to play on such giant stages. I mean, Alex Telles played in Europe for years and years. He scored a penalty in this match and he kind of started crying. Not in a, broke down and started bawling kind of way, but I mean in a, that type of celebration. And that's cool to see. And I think that Copa Libertadores and the Brazilian League and South American football at large is missing an opportunity. That's what I'm seeing. I mean, we're going to get into the match and what actually happened. I think I already accidentally showed you the score, but trust me, the way they get there is just stupendous. But I think they're missing an opportunity here. That opportunity is they have a product that a lot of people would find interesting. That my, uh, on the run ass finds interesting. And they do not do a good job of marketing that product to the world. They just don't. I think if you had something maybe like Apple TV come in and buy all of the rights to the Copa Libertadores, I think you'd have a lot more people watching it. I don't even know who owns the rights to it right now. The BN Sport or something? I don't even know. But if I wanted to watch Copa Libertadores, I'd have to do a lot of Googling. Okay, I don't know who owns the rights to it. It's not something that I've ever seen advertised once in my entire life. But I feel like if you were into football, or even if you're into soccer in the United States, right, you would be interested in watching this. It's intense. It's feverish. All the bad things I say about fans in South America when they go too far, when they don't go too far, it's awesome. It's beyond awesome. They're going absolutely nuts, right? It's the best version of fandom I think you can find. If you can just tone down that little bit of pure insanity where they're bringing skulls to the matches, right? You can get really, really awesome atmospheres in this experience, and the football's great. As far as my eyes can tell, right? I'm watching on 5 pixels here from my cave in the mountains, but it is great. I mean, some of the passes in this game are fantastic. Now, it still has that bit of South American nonsense because I'm not kidding. 40 seconds into the match, this happens. 40 seconds! 40 seconds into the match. 40 seconds. That happens. 40 seconds. That's the dumbest play. It's a guy named Gregoire who used to play for Inter Miami, actually, just delivers a straight studs to the side of the head. Now, there are other angles to this, and when you watched it live, I'm going to be honest. When you watched it live, it still looked nasty. There's the guy on Atletico Mineiro ducks down a little bit. He's leaning down to try and get the ball, but this is just the most reckless challenge of all time. And even though the red card, when you look at the box score, the red card says that it happened, in 2 minutes. The actual foul happened inside 40 seconds. This is the first action for Gregoire in the entire match. The first action. And over the rest of the match, Atletico Mineiro ended up with, there was one stat at one point, they had over 80% possession after, 70 minutes or something. They finished the match with 79% possession, just to give you an idea of the type of match that was played. But Botafogo managed to score a goal. They dump a ball in the box, it gets knocked down and volleyed into the back of the net. Then the goalkeeper comes flying off his line, because that's just a coded Brazilian trait, trips a dude. All of a sudden there's a penalty. That's Alex Telles' goal. It's 2-0, right? And Botafogo's just defending that for the rest of the match. The only goal that Atletico Mineiro scored was off a corner early in the second half. And then they had chance after chance, and I'll be honest, I have no idea how they didn't score. And if I was an Atletico Mineiro fan watching this match live, I might give up. I might just, time to swap it out. This was brutal. Atletico Mineiro was the underdog coming into this match. You get a red card in 40 seconds, somehow give up 2 goals anyways, even though you're dominating the flow of the match. Get 1 goal, and I swear to you, if you watch the extended highlights, you'll find the same thing. There's 1 highlight for Botafogo in the entire second half. And the second half takes up the majority of those extended highlights. And it is in the 97th minute with 20 seconds left in the match, and they score a goal to ice it and just kind of a scramble play in front of the net. That involved, by the way, some truly fantastic skill from the guy that ends up scoring the goal, which I'm just making sure I find Junior Santos here. Then he takes his shirt off, gets a yellow card, wastes as much time as possible, and they basically blow it dead right after that. But it was 2-1 with Atletico Mineiro just chance. Vargas, I swear, was in on goal 2 separate times. He tried to lob the keeper and missed by a mile. I don't know how they didn't score. I have no idea how they didn't score. But the pageantry, the quality, I mean, there was a pass. You know, and it was the De Bruyne type pass where he's right here. There's defense everywhere. One guy making a run, and he passes it and just kind of it dies and bends right into the path of a guy. And of course, he missed that shot too. If Atletico Mineiro had competent strikers, and not that Eduardo Vargas isn't a competent striker, he has been for over a decade. If they had competent strikers on this day, they would have won this match. Botafogo did everything right and managed to overcome your literal worst nightmare, a first-minute red card, to win the South American Championship. And it's the first Copa Libertadores they've ever won. So congratulations to them. But South America, make this easier to watch. Let's advertise this because this shit's awesome. More people need to be paying attention to this and not just be watching me in my cave in the mountains explain to them what happened. It looked great. Anyways, congratulations, Botafogo. They might just win the league as well, so they're having the best year in their history.